to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks a y'all game, and hope you guys are having a fabulous Thursday. We're talking about MultiVersus today. We weren't here last week to talk about our thoughts, and so we're doing it right now. And oh boy, do we have thoughts. Can't wait to talk about it. And I'm here with TK. TK, how are you doing today? Before you get started, sorry, I always forget to do this. Guys, Y'all Gaming is presented by Prize Picks. We'll talk about it in just a little bit. America's #1 fantasy sports app. We'll talk about it in just a little bit, but wanted to say that. Thanks, Prize Picks, for sponsoring the show. TK, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm back from vacation. It was the first vacation I've ever taken since really like starting like the full freelance commentary, blah blah blah. Usually all the other things I travel for are to go for business. So even like when I go to like TwitchCon or whatever, even though it's kind of vacation, like you're still with a bunch of Twitch streamers. You got to network a little bit. So, but
Right.
this time I was just in Salem. I went to a Ren Fair with some of my favorite people from GP. And it was a good time. And then I spent some extra days in Portland, and now I'm home, ready to go MultiVersus. That's right. No,
Well,
I'm kidding.
come
I'm
on.
not gonna show MultiVersus, but
Come
at
on.
least not for no reason.
Yeah, we're going to try to be charitable, or at least I am, because I feel like the conversation could be kind of gloomy, at least in the platform fighter space. At least in my experience. It's not, casuals are different, but we'll talk about it. Yeah, there's a lot to discuss. I don't even know where to get started. Jeez, where do we even start with this?
Where
MultiVersus
you
came
had with
back.
initial. You said let's start with initial thoughts.
Yeah,
We'll go
yeah,
with that.
yeah. So in case you guys don't know, TK and I assume everybody that's watching this knows this, have been playing Plat Fighters for over a decade. He got into Smash, I think, in 2009, right?
The 8 or 9, yeah.
8 or 9. Yeah, I got in 2010. So a little bit later, and we've been playing ever since. We played every platform fighter that comes out. Very excited for them. We loved the initial MultiVersus, at least at first. And I think that's universal, right? Am I looking at this with rose-colored glasses? Because, like, to me, I remember loving the game off rip, even though if there were issues, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, I think I remember loving it even at the start. Am I making that up?
No, I mean I feel like I definitely liked the game a lot when it first came out, and I feel like obviously I had my own little issues because I felt like I played a bad character for a while, but like once
Right.
I ran and started playing multiple characters, I was like, oh, this game kind of slapped. You know what I mean? But it was fast. It was fun. The first little beta thing, the internet or was godlike, so that was good. I
Yeah.
think they probably didn't really know the scale of what they were going to get, so therefore, like once the game opened up to everybody, the servers like had a hard time dealing with that. Um,
And that was
so
not their fault, bro.
that was not their fault.
Who could have
No, who
expected
knows?
that? They hit
Yeah,
100K concurrence,
that
most of any
was
fighting game.
a
Unbelievable.
million active players at some point. Like, it was a lot going on there. So definitely understandably so why you probably can't keep up with demand. But that was like an issue that like wasn't their fault, and then the rest of the issues end up being their fault because maybe not even their fault. I don't think it's PFG. I think may actually be way more on WB than PFG. But
Sure.
overall, yeah, the game just slapped. I mean, I lost interest after a while because like I was kind of tired of going through like laggy matches and the last like 3 or 4 DLCs I didn't really care about. So like I wasn't really getting anything new from like a new character drop except for just another annoying person to play against. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that
No.
was kind of my what I remember because I'm trying to cast my mind back and remember exact because like it's all just kind of a soup. It all kind of goes together. Where like I think I loved it at the beginning and I really liked the team's focus. I got annoyed at the dodging because it felt like you dodged through anything, which was way less bad in doubles. Um, I thought the balance was very off, but I didn't mind because I played a top tier.
Hmm.
I had a
Hmm.
character that was very fun. It was like, all right, well, at least I have a character that I can play. And I just remember everybody loving it. The doubles focus felt very unique and distinct. Um, I do think that I kind of waned over time. I mean, I'm a variety streamer, so I never stick to any game for too long. But I think I stuck for a while, dude. I did a sponsor stream for Rick, and I would not have taken it if I didn't still want to play it. I wasn't playing it as much because, like, I don't play any game that long. But I did Rick, and then I stopped because I was like, I don't care about Stripe. I don't care about Black Adam. Um, but I do think I left the game feeling great. Uh, Then they went offline, and I think both of us were very critical of the marketing before they came back on because they put out a video, didn't say anything, no notice. Then the marketing kicked up and it looked great. And then it came out on Tuesday, last Tuesday, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny. My stream is still up where I played it for 11 hours. I liked it, and I thought it was extremely funny to play. But over time, I just kind of like started to sour on it, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I,
yeah.
yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat. And I think honestly it's kind of my fault because I feel like I really enjoy playing um the twos, but I
Yes.
don't
Yep.
like but I do not like ones at all. Like, and I feel like I played a lot of ones lately because one, I was traveling, so I didn't really have like my full setup. And two, just like sometimes I don't feel like having to grab somebody to play. So I was like, all right, yeah, jump into some ones. And ones is route now currently riddled with Wonder Woman and Harley, who are looking for one thing the entire time,
Yeah.
and it's just not. It's impossible to avoid that the entire game. So it's yeah, that part is probably not fun. And I think maybe a couple nerfs there for those characters would help. But I don't want to say like it's just we can fix that by nerfing the character. I think that's kind of a game engine thing, really, more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I there are some characters that got buffed with the new engine. Gizmo is way better now. And some characters that got nerfed, like Morty, isn't as good, isn't as fast. And that's not even touching characters who like my character got completely nuked. Which if I'm being honest, I'm not talking about it that much. I talked about it in my video because I don't want to come off like a whiny tier whore or whatever. But like, I'm actually really annoyed that because I tried to play Velma last night, dude, in twos, and it's she doesn't work. Like there's no other way to say it. Like everything's so slow to come out. It's awful. Um and I wouldn't care if there were other characters that I really clung to. And the game's like fun, but only a casual. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We both played it. I still think ones is awful, but I think that they made more of a focus on that. Um, I feel like, and let me know if this is your experience. I was in the call yesterday, and I'm in a call with, 10 different people, all from a platform fighter background. We play every plat fighter, and it feels like everybody's annoyed and frustrated. Like everybody's mad. And to me, and everybody's like, why do I keep playing if I'm so annoyed? And I don't know about you. Let me know if this like rings true. I'm waiting for the breakthrough, like aha moment. Like I'm waiting for that moment where I'm like, oh, I get it now. And I fall in love again. Does that make sense? Like
Hmm.
I catch every dodge in. I know what somebody's gonna do and I can punish it every single time. But like I feel like consistently, despite knowing what people are going to do, despite reading the dodge in, despite everything, I still can't consistently. And I don't think it's like a new game, new engine thing. It's like I did it in the last game. Like in singles, you couldn't punish dodges because it was singles, but in doubles, it's like, all right, my teammate's gonna pressure this guy. I'm gonna go in there and punish, and it felt easy to do. That was part of the game. Now it's like, all right, well, he dodged both of us. um, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm waiting for the aha moment because I feel like but I'm like I'm not in the point where like I'm super frustrated with the game. I think I'm super frustrated with certain characters.
Sure.
Uh and so therefore like I still like playing the game until I run into those characters too often. So I also feel like I knew it was gonna happen, but as the game has went on, I like playing Jason, but Jason is not the character you can definitely do in ones because especially with the top being the top right now, they just you're slow, they run away from you. Your teleport like is not fast enough for you to kind of just teleport and try to make something happen after that,
Sure.
unless you've already put them in hit stun or something. So yeah, they just run away from you the whole time, and you're just spinning like swinging super big hitboxes, hoping for the best that they run into something. But yeah, more often than not, like it's just Harley skating around you, Wonder Woman skating around you, Shaggy skating around you. Like it's just you know that part ends up being very unfun. So the game in itself, I feel like I still enjoy like what I'm getting, but I am not enjoying what I'm playing based off of the character that I'm picking. And I don't think I would enjoy picking a different character to circumvent that. Like I don't want to play Wonder Woman.
Right.
She's easy. My Wonder Woman slapped, and I played Wonder Woman for probably uh I'd say I watched Sandstorm hit that one rolling charge attack combo, and then that was just the base of my offense, and then I just went on like a 40 game win streak
Yes.
with that character because she's just that easy. So she's fun but she's not fun enough for me to be like I would like to main that character.
Right. No, I feel the same way. It's like I like Banana Guard was my best character. I had 300 hours in the original multiverses. I was top 1% on, and this isn't a brag. Like, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm so good, but like, I was top 1% on Morty, Velma, Batman, Superman, Shaggy, Bugs. Like, all those characters, I was very high up, and I loved all of them. Now, I don't like none of them are as fun. Like, I don't know if it's the movement. I mean, I know Velma is just dead, but like the other characters just don't hit. And like my best character is Banana Guard, and it's like that's not fun. I'm just like if I'm not just fairing and side being, if I try to have more fun, I can't. And I played Steven last night, and I had the most fun I've ever had. Like some characters are playing multiverses and others aren't, and it's like when I play Morty, I'm forcing it. Like I'm like trying so hard. When I played Steven, dude, I didn't have to force a damn thing. He's buttery. It's like he just worked so well in the engine. So I'm a Steven main now, and it's like I don't want to be a Steven main. Steven
Man, what
doesn't
the
speak.
fuck?
Yeah, right. Like I'm not trying to, like what do we look like
No, I don't want
playing?
to hear that, man. Because when I was playing Steven, you man, don't playing
I mean, I
Steven.
was flaming you, but now it's a good.
Oh
Now
my,
he's good. Now it's a fun game.
oh my
Now it's a
God,
fun
that's
game.
crazy.
No, it's now we play Garnet and Steven together, and we have lots of fun. The friendship brigade, you and me. Hopefully, in the next
All
Twitch
right, man.
rivals, they'll let us in.
All
But
right.
we'll talk about that too. Jesus. But no, dude, I love Steven, and it's like he's very fun. But like, I like a character who has like some, like I don't know, even like I don't normally play zoners, but I loved Velma. She was so fun and different. Like I could help my teammates. Steven is like not fun. I mean, he's fun, but like he's fun because he's strong. Does that make sense? Like, if Steven was bad, he wouldn't be fun. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I feel like Steven is playing multiverses. Wonder Woman is, Shaggy is, Harley is, Jason is not.
Jason's not playing multiverses.
And I know he's big and he's supposed to be bad, but like Jake is not playing multiverses. Jake is just.
I ain't seen no Jakes actually.
Yeah, man.
That's yeah. Well, actually there was one team that I saw they both played Jake. It was like a double Jake thing, but did not work out well. Outside of I just ain't seen Jake. That's not a character. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like there's groundwork for the game to be great, and I feel like they've definitely taken some decent feedback. But at the same time, we're about to talk about these patch notes in a second.
Yeah.
I feel like they focused on one thing that was correct, and then when it was time to go character balancing, they did not focus on anything that mattered. So,
It feels like two different teams, bro. Like
yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy.
yeah. So, before we do that, though, I'd like to talk to y'all about, we can talk about some patch notes, but you could patch your life right now, right? By patching in a new language. Yep, that's right, bro. You guys trying to learn another language? We got you covered, man. Babbel. Did you know that you could be learning new languages right now on Babbel? Joint is great. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove that Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to one full semester at college. That's crazy.
Yeesh.
15 hours, one semester. You know how long a semester is in college, and you can cover that in 15 hours? Jeez. Insane. Babbel has over 16 million subscriptions sold, and you can learn multiple languages. There's German, Spanish, Japanese. Anything you're trying to learn more often than not is probably on Babbel. So if you're trying to up your game right now in the language field, you can get up to 60% off by going to babbel.com/y'all gaming. That's spelled BABBEL.com/y'all gaming. Check them out.
Thanks, Babbel. I did a sponsored stream for Babbel a few months ago, and I liked it a lot, and I've got another one coming up, actually. Big fan of Babbel. So you can learn a language in as little as 3 weeks. It's true. Really quick, someone in chat, Dog Cans, as a Bugs main, I don't know how he keeps dodging the patches. Dude, Bugs' one's win rate is bad. It's like 45. I don't know what his two's win rate is, but I don't think it's much higher, which is weird because, like, I think he's one of the most oppressive characters in the game. But apparently he's not. Hold on, let me look. Bugs is 49% win rate in teams. Now, I think the Bugs player base is awful.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah,
definitely the player base more than the character because I've played some very good Bugs. Bugs is like Bugs a war crime, bro.
yeah.
Like the way that Nair works is insane. Like in the Nair plus air drift, his fair plus air drift, uh, his projectiles, and like how much space he can cover throughout the stream. How sitting behind a safe feels like a
The
checkmate.
safe is insane.
Like you put the safe down and you just sit there, and then they can't hit the
You can't
safe,
do anything.
and you can't break the safe like in one hit for most characters. So therefore, Bugs is now like, yeah, do something, and then you do something, and then he up attacks at you, jabs it at you. Jabs insane, by the way. Just yeah, that character has a lot going for him.
The
So,
thing
and
you
I
should
feel
have
like,
done is pick Black Adam. That was the only way to beat him is that projectile field. Yeah.
I would not be doing that. But I feel like the other thing is that Bugs, like his hitboxes, feel like so large in comparison to like
Right.
him. So even when he whiffs, it feels like I can't actually get to him in time. So, which might just be a problem with the whole game, but there's definitely points where like yeah,
Bugs has
Bugs,
it worse. No, you're right. Like I feel the
yeah,
same
yeah.
way because I feel like a lot of characters have these huge hitboxes around them that don't feel accurate. But like, I don't know if you've noticed this. Bugs now has Luigi Nair. He didn't used to do that. Like now, every time I hit Bugs, he starts spinning and I get hit, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's your combo now. Like he didn't used to do that in my games. I don't know what happened. The rocket hitbox got changed. You used to be able to stand on it, I think, as the enemy. I think you used to be able to like interact with it. Now you
Oh
can't.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just blows up if it hits you, which is like more intuitive, I think. It's probably better that like you can't touch the rocket cuz it's easier to know the rules, but like also, by the way, that chatter was right. Bugs has the highest pick rate in the game, so that's the problem. He's
yeah.
10% pick rate, which is why
Mm-hmm.
he's so bad. Meanwhile, Harley, who is fifth most picked, 7%, is a 47% win rate. So win rate is not everything. That character is also crazy. So yeah, I don't know. It's shocking.
Nah, that's what's gonna happen though with pick rates in general, because I mean that
Yeah.
means that you have more good and bad players picking them, and same with like Arena. Uh,
Yes.
You know, like I think in Tekken, like Reina was a very popular character and she's very good. You see her, doing well at the top level, but if you look at their win rate,
Right.
it's pretty low because again, Reina's very a popular character. So you have people who are playing the game for the first time jumping on Reina and skewing the data. You got people who are playing the game, with no intention of actually being good. They're just kind of hitting buttons, in special style. That's not helping, and then they quit, and then those numbers are just there. So
And also like I think there's something to like Reina kind of promoting bad habits cuz like, just the 221 221. Like you see that a lot. And the reason I bring that up is cuz Banana Guard is the second most played character in the game or no, he's the third most played. He has the highest win rate in the game right now if you exclude Giant. He's at 56%. And I think that so if you look at it, Banana Guard is 9% pick rate, 56% win rate. Wonder Woman is 8% pick rate, 55% win rate. So those two characters are war crimes. In the middle of them is Gizmo, who's 55, who's crazy. Like Gizmo is insane, but he only gets picked 1.7% of games. So that's not as like he feels like a specialist. The other S tier is Steven. If you're just going by win rate, it's Giant, Banana Guard, Gizmo, Wonder Woman, Steven in that order. But Steven is only 3% or 2.6. So like Steven is like again kind of a specialist pick. Um and I win rates aren't everything. It's a lot of new players, but it gives you a good sense of like where the balance is at a grand scale. Um and I just feel like it's chasmic. Like the chasm between the good characters and the bad characters is absurd. And it's kind of frustrating me because if I just played Wonder Woman or Banana Guard, I would win more, but I don't want to win more. But then when I play bad characters, I fight those characters and then they teabag me, and I'm like, I don't want to play. Like, what do I look like playing Taz? You know what I mean? It's frustrating.
yeah. Well, you know what? Taz is actually mad fun in singles though. I'll tell you that. I don't know
In
how.
singles?
Like, yeah, I had a fun time playing with Taz. I feel like there's something about not being able him having these janky ass small hitboxes and everyone kind of throwing everything around the stage is hard to do in doubles.
Yeah.
But in singles, it's just me dash dancing around until you whiff, and then I dash jump dare or his dash attack, which is also insane.
He is real
Um,
fast. Yeah.
yeah, so I like that.
That's a good point, actually, because, like, he was. he was probably the worst ones character before, but now that the stages are smaller, the characters are bigger, like you don't have to run across the whole map to catch people. He's probably way better in ones now because he's got mad combos. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm, we talked about a lot. I've played a lot of the game. Right now, I'm just kind of logging on for dailies, and that's about it. I'm not really having a ton of fun, but they just put out their first patch today and addressed some community feedback, but there's not really like much there. I think I don't know. People seem receptive to the patch, but it was just like Banana Guard does less damage, which I don't think was the problem. The problem was the knockback, unless by damage they mean knockback. Giant got 8 nerfs, but still is off. He's still gone. I just wonder, or Velma's still out of the game. I don't know. The patch felt very minor, but I haven't played it. Maybe there's other stuff that that I don't know about. Like maybe you guys know. I haven't played on the new patch yet. It looked very small, but
It is.
okay.
But there's one major change in there that I feel like it was unjust. Okay, and uh, and I'm just gonna call it racism. LeBron, come on, man. Like I understand not allowing the ball to hit more than like a couple of times, but now just once. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that's just I think 2 would have been like the sweet spot for sure of like, all right, each ball can only hit twice. But now like that whole idea, like LeBron already feels kind of hard to play in certain aspects anyway. Like I like doing whenever someone's over the edge, yeah, like down special over the edge, that's
Yeah.
fun, right? But like sometimes getting a full combo with LeBron in a way that like because they took that second hitbox or the first hitbox off of the side B, that move just feels unusable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good at all.
So I was like, all right, bro. So now y'all that special is unusable. Now you're taking away my other specials because I can't just have a ball kind of zoning for me.
Right.
That was like kind of one of the main things. Like you put the ball out and if it hits, cool, but it kind of covers that area for some time. And now it doesn't cover that area anymore. Like that's just what the come on, man. Like a second hit would have make that all the thing.
Or just make it do more damage. Like if you are going to take it away, just make the ball feel, which I don't think would be fun. Like what's less fun? Getting the ball bounced around all over the place, which does suck, or getting hit by a ball and it doing 8. Like both of those are lame, but like you got to pick one. I don't know. I as a LeBron enjoyer, I think he's top 5 straight up, by the way. I think he's insane. I think that character's crazy. In 2s, he's dog in 1s. Yeah, I can't believe they did that. I thought it was under the guise of the infinite nerf because he had some infinites with basketballs or whatever, but like we could have found a better way to do that, right? Like maybe no more than 3 basketballs on stage at once, like but then he could spawn another. I don't know. There's got to be a way to fix that. I think he's insanely fun and one of their best kits. But yeah, that side B is awful. Unless you get the empowered one, then it's crazy, but the normal one is awful.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know how I'm ever supposed to hit the normal one. Like I'm just like the air movement being slower too, so I'm drifting through the air like this for like a good 8 minutes, and then when I finally hit the ground, he hits the ground, and then like he doesn't. It's not like an immediate slam. It's like a uh.
Yeah.
So like you should hit me before that. Like if you did not hit me before, you lose to that. That is literally your fault. There's like no way to combo into it. Uh and it's just yeah, I don't know, bro. It's been an idea. Like I
Yeah.
understand that like that move was definitely toxic for the combo. Remember LeBron doing the side B side or side special or
Right.
side attack into side special so you could reset the situation. And that's pretty toxic. I get that. But now we have an unusable move.
Yeah. The buffed side B feels good, but I think it's very like if I'm fighting people in doubles, I feel like I dominate with that move. But if I'm ever fighting LeBron, don't think I've ever gotten hit by an empowered side B. It is so easy to see coming. Like it's just he's sailing very slowly. Like I feel like it's never landed. So I feel like that move is still not good even when buffed. but at least you don't get punished for it. Um, we were playing with Malcolm last night. He was like, you probably just pop it like when it's really low to the ground, like save it for the very end so people can't react. But yeah, you have to activate it last second. But anyway, there's a lot of LeBron talk. Character I think is top 5 in doubles. Maybe that's just me, but maybe not anymore with the nerf. Yeah, I have not played on the new patch. I did see that they added 10 XP on the battle pass when you win and 5 when you lose, which I thought it was 10 flat, which I was like, oh, that's fine. 10-5 feels low, but I'm going to give it a shot. I saw a lot of
It's
people
better than
flaming
nothing.
that. Yeah, I saw a lot of people flaming that, but like I think they're going to tweak it, and I think you need something now. I think too many people take the easy route, which is like, oh, this free game isn't giving me everything that I want right away. And it's like, I do think that there needs to be progression. Maybe it's a little stingy, but I don't want to like 2,000 per level. I thought it was 1,000. So 2,000 per level means 200 games per sort of passive progression. 200 games is like, I don't know, if one game is like 3 minutes, that's what, 600 minutes? Well, I guess that is a lot. It's like 5 hours of play or something. And that's not counting load times and stuff. I don't know.
I think with that on top of like the battle pass stuff, or not the battle pass stuff, um, with yeah, the missions. Like I feel like that's a probably okay takeaway. I think
Yeah,
they probably could have done 2010 or something like that, and probably would have been fine too. But I don't know, like just starting off, I guess they wanted to test the waters and make sure people didn't complete the battle pass too early or too quickly. Um, could be some streak bonus for the battle pass too. That would be pretty cool. Like you're
yeah,
getting a lot of W's, you get more experience for the battle pass. Um, but I think yeah, just overall, like anywhere is a good start as long as it's like something. Like it would have been
yes,
if it was like 1% and two or 1 XP and 2 XP, I would have been like, all right, this is what are y'all doing here? But
yeah.
at least we're getting a little something, something. I saw the other big patch or thing was um
Oh, Golden, good,
they
good. Sorry, before we, I don't think Braun is top 5 in twos because on some stages he's unusable. Yeah, that's true. Braun on Dexter's or tree top is ass. Like,
ah
yes, you're right. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I didn't think about stages, but if he's on Cromulons, bro, them be bouncing. It's crazy. All right,
to be
sorry.
bouncing. What was that? Oh yeah, the change to the hit stop, but only in singles. I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I would like them to change it in both. Like why are we like that's a weird thing to do. Because we had that same shit in Smash, but it was about the percentage. You know what
Right.
I mean? So all the combos still work the same. It's just they do more damage or less damage depending on which if we're playing singles or doubles.
Sure.
To change the hit stop for one part of the game and not the other is kind of weird to me. I think that's a universal mechanic. You know what I mean? Like in my head,
Uh,
damage change to like allow games to last longer or shorter. I can kind of get that, but hit stop change is like a universal mechanic, and I don't think that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I
So
like it honestly because like in doubles, I feel like you're searching for that moment where the team like does a cool move on somebody and like you hold them in place and the other guy does something. So it's like I get why it's a little bit slower in twos because like you can set up more plays, but in ones like I don't need to stop every time Shaggy hits me. I know how this combo goes. Like
yeah, but I don't think was that really an issue, or like people really having that hard of a time selecting when they can actually get a hit. I feel like that was not that. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because
not
I am a competitive player that like I'm used to
sure
seeing that, but like I just never saw that as an issue being like, oh, like too many hits happen at once. I can't tell what's going on, so we got to slow the whole game down. That
sure.
that has not registered to me yet.
I'm just trying to think of it from a casual perspective because you're right. We have more experience, so it's like it's not hard for us to line up the hits. But like if your friend is doing like the Superman jab and holding them in place, you get to feel really cool when you do the run in Shaggy side B. It's like if that time is reduced, you don't get that opportunity. And I think if you don't have the experience, it's probably not as good. But I'm just kind of spitballing. I'm trying to put my brain into that of a super casual FIFA fan, never played the game before, because that's like who's playing this game. I'm getting bagged every game. Like that's not normal. I never got bagged on Elite Smash one time. That's never happened to me. It has happened exclusively. Like, every game is bags and taunting. It's a different crowd. And, like, I'm trying to put my mind in their shoes, you know? Like, what their design philosophy is. So I don't mind the hit stop thing, but, you know, maybe I'll feel it differently once I watch ones and play twos. I'll be like, hey, I wish this was over here in twos. I wonder if it's going to make jumping between them weird. Because I saw somebody saying that now you can dodge out of Harley up the bat. Like, it's not a true combo, but I don't know if people are just whining. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, good. Yeah, what the like? How many true combos does she need? Like, she already has that like whole loop, which
Yeah.
is very hard to get out of. I've been paying like if they do the wrong loop though, because there's some Harleys that go for the slide instead of the side attack. You can definitely just mash parry and get and beat the slide. So
Yes.
that's been nice, but um, you know, I feel as though like it's just a weird change to me. It's only 10%, so it's probably not super noticeable.
Yeah.
But I do think that that should probably be a universal change instead of just a one Q change. You know what I mean? So, um, outside of that, yeah, I really don't. There's not really anything else that's like stood out to me this patch. The Rain Dog players say that the Rain Dog is unusable now. I have not really played too much Rain Dog, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I can't really tell you how bad that is, but I've seen enough of this character got nerfed for no reason. I'd imagine such too, because I feel like I have yet to see any Rain Dogs in the first place. So that's kind of wild that like that character that is almost getting no play in my head is like also somehow getting nerfed.
Yeah, he's not I've seen 3.
Mm.
And like they were all Rain Dog fans. Like they had the skin, they had the banner, they like they were like Omega Rain Dog one tricks, and it's like, oh, that's what you do. So it's weird to target that character. And the only thing they changed about Wonder Woman was the lasso. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's she's got Wonder Woman definitely forces you to have perks that are specific to her.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I got to make a whole custom just to beat Wonder Woman. And sometimes Superman, but Superman is slow. So like I feel like it's a little easier to deal with. Wonder Woman has probably one of the best jab strings in the game. Her hitboxes are insane. Neutral air being what it is. I think neutral air, one of the good buffs I feel like they could take away from neutral air or nerfs they could do is literally just make it not a armor beating move.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it already hits twice. So it's going to beat armor naturally in its duration if somebody doesn't swing fast enough. But neutral air is insane, and yeah, she just like the amount of ways she has to get armor, and how good she is as far as like her hitboxes and how fast she is as far as being a tank. That character's insane, bro. And I don't really know what they plan to do, but it is crazy that like of all the characters to be touched, her and Bugs are not like top 2. Let's get him out of here.
Yeah. I mean, even Bugs is like his win rate's low, so I kind of get it, but like I don't know. If I'm honest, like, and I don't know if I've said this publicly, but like if I'm 100% completely honest, the way some of these characters were handled has made me lose a lot of faith in the balance team, cuz like, you know, again, and I'm not trying to put too fine a point on it, my character's out of the game. My character's removed. But Iron Giant got released with the same infinites he had in the beta. Maybe not exactly the same, but like he could do this. Like he could do jab, jab, grab, jab, jab, grab. I remember that. Or at least jab, jab, nair. Like he has jab, jab, nair. He can grab. He had a bunch of infinites. Wonder Woman is the same but better. And Banana Guard wins with 2 moves. And it's like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like how did that get through all these players, and it just makes me think like, okay, what's going to happen when Agent Smith comes out? What's going to happen when these new characters come out? Like, I don't know if the devs are playing the same game I am. You know what I mean? Like, are they all just playing like Harley, Wonder Woman? Just like, are they playing their favorite character? I don't know. It's bizarre, man. It's I don't know. It's frustrating, and it makes me not have faith in where the game is going to go in the future. But apparently MultiVersus during the beta at the end did have a lot more balance changes, which is, I guess kind of affirming. Like that's kind of good, but like there's no reason Banana Guard should exist the way that he does. Like even if you wanted a more simple, okay character, that character should not exist. Like Wonder Woman shouldn't be what she's doing. Iron Giant shouldn't have come out with infinites. And the
I
fact,
think I I think Iron Giant might just be a hard character to make, to be honest.
oh dude,
Like
absolutely.
without changing his actual kit, it feels like there's just too many areas where you have
Yes.
to like the nuance of that move plus the game engine is very hard. So
I think he just like some characters should just be ass. I think like they gave themselves their own challenge. They're like, all right, we're gonna put a giant character in the game. Also, he can activate super armor at any point. So if you're comboing him, he could just turn on super armor and then kill you. It's like maybe that's not okay, but you wanted to make a good heavy. You gave yourself this challenge. You know what I mean? And it's like you're right. It is a very difficult thing to do, but they wanted to do it. So either make him awful, like most plat fighter big characters, most fighting game giant characters, or figure it out. And like I don't know, man. The fact that Giant, like, imagine you played Giant day one, you bought him for $10. You're like, that's your favorite movie, you love him, and then he's been off for a week. Just turned him off. Like, bro, imagine you're an Omega casual. You don't even know why he's turned off. Like, do you know about the infinites? Do you know about the grabs? You were just playing him in twos and getting your ass kicked and having a great time. Like, I don't know, man. It's a self-inflicted challenge. Like they're playing Hades and they like turn on 30 heat. Like design a balanced super heavy. Okay. Uh it's difficult, but you wanted to do it.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just get frustrated when I see it.
I think
I
we
don't
only
know.
get frustrated. It's out of definitely love though, because I want this game to succeed. I want to play. I like the idea of playing a platform fighter with Warner Brothers IPs. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like the idea is that the things that we can get from this game are insane. You know what I mean? But as of right now, the game in itself is still somewhat of a work in progress. And I think the biggest thing that's throwing me is that being gone for a year and coming back and
yeah,
just it's not much. It's in a worse state and a better state at the same time. Like,
right.
yeah, I think the Wi-Fi or the internet for me at the very least has been great. I know some people are talking about getting desyncs and whatnot like that. I probably had like 3 or 4 desyncs throughout the time that I've played so far, but overall, I haven't had really too many bad matches like that. I think uh the hitbox changes for most characters and how they said they've operated seem to be very good as well too. But then you have all these like weird tech issues or like oversights that they've just now fixed. They actually allow you now to use characters you don't own in training mode.
That's
But
good.
like,
Yeah,
how was that not a thing that you thought of before? Like
right.
that was already a thing, you know? So I don't know. There's like good things and there's bad things. So it feels like I still am in some level of a beta, but just a different version of a beta.
Yeah. I don't I hate that we removed ranked again. Cause like and I
Mm,
guess it's for new players so they can get acclimated, but like I my experience in multiverses is either punishing the same move over and over and over for 7 minutes because Shaggy won't stop side being, and I keep jumping over it and hitting him, or I miss and die. like I'm either punishing bot behavior or I'm fighting a Wonder Woman Bugs team that is standing behind the safe all game and teabagging. So it's like I'm either playing like people who don't know how to play these games, and that's not their fault. They're casuals. You know, I'm not flaming them. Or I'm fighting these super sweaty tryhards that are, that are trying to be at the top of the metagame. And it's like without ranked, I'm not really challenged here, you know? And that hard team I only fight one in every 20 games maybe. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's a weird spot to be in. And I
yeah.
went back and I looked at the stats cuz we brought up the site. I didn't realize how much like I loved multiverses, and like I
They've
said, it's
asked
hard
us
for
in the verse.
yeah, dude, it's hard for me to remember because, like I said, it's all mixed up in this soup. Where like I liked the game, and then I stopped playing it, and then there was talks of it being dead or whatever, and then I like didn't log on as much, whatever. So like I don't remember how I actually felt, but I looked at my stats. I'm like, damn, I played a lot of this game, and I played like 10 characters. I loved all the different characters, but now it's like I'm trying to find one character that ignites the same feeling as I used to, and the closest is Steven. And I don't want to play Steven. I don't like Steven, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I like Steven. So I mean, welcome to the team, brother.
I
Like,
guess
just
so. Yeah, we'll double
yeah,
Steven it, bro. We'll double
there we go.
Steven. You got it. Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I think yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all I can really say about multiverses. I feel like I still want the game to succeed. I hope that it seems like they are taking feedback, so I will give them the I will give them the like the props for like, hey, at least
Of
they're
course.
taking feedback and whatnot. There's a funny tweet where I don't know if y'all saw, but Resliv was like, "Oh,"
Oh, I did see that. He's like, oh, that patch went live today. Rez lived
I was
a
like, "Bro,
dev on the
is there
game.
no communication in the office, bro?"
Yeah, that was worrying. Like, yeah, Rez lived an old PM guy. One of our good friends from our region is a dev for the game. I don't know at what level he's a dev, but he was like, "Oh, the patch went live. Okay," and I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, yeah." Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and I think ultimately, I don't think either of us would care this much if there wasn't already the beta. Like, it's the second shot at this, and I don't think you get the same grace. Like, I understand we moved everything over; it's functionally a new game, but like the patience is thinner, at least for me. Um, I don't know. The game does have time on its side. Like, the Steam charts are crazy. People are playing this game. It's very popular. And I hope it hangs on. I really do. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. You know, I said hopefully they'll keep us in the loop or keep taking feedback. I have faith right now, a little bit of faith that we're gonna make some more right decisions. We already made a couple right decisions, made some interesting decisions, but some right decisions in some ways. So I feel like we'll figure something out here at the end of the day. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for this episode. Thank you guys for watching the multiverse talk here at y'all gaming. Well, we
Yeah.
do be gaming. I think I'm gonna actually start gaming on some Elden Ring eventually.
Mm.
Probably this weekend. We'll see.
And before we go, hold on. Before we go, I
Oh,
got to tell you about Prize Picks, of course. You guys know what Prize Picks is, America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. The most fun, exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats to get a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Wow! Prize Picks offers exciting action with several titles across esports landscape like Apex Legends, Valorant, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, and of course Call of Duty, maybe MultiVersus later. True. And you get quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types that make Prize Picks the #1 fantasy sports app. So, if you guys want to check out Prize Picks, download the app today and use code YALLGAMING to get a first deposit match of up to $100. That's right, a deposit match of up to $100. Guys, check out Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring the show. You playing Elden Ring now?
no, not right now. I'm probably gonna go hop into the other call and just hang out for a little bit. I don't know if I want to stream today. Like I'm tired. I'm about to eat and see what happens, and then
Sure.
if anything, maybe I'll stream like an hour from now. But we'll see.
You got that Summer Game Fest tomorrow. Streaming that? I'm in that. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Summer
I'll take a
Game
peek. Take a
Fest.
cheeky little peek at it. Actually, I do need to stream at least by tomorrow because I have to do the bounty.
Let's go Wuthering Waves. Did you have the dude? Did you have the Dave's Hot Chicken bounty?
Let me look.
That was good, man. I tried it for the first time. It was delicious.
Bounty board says, "Oh,
There you go,
what?
bro. There's your lunch.
I don't. What if they don't have it here?
I'm well. So they give you. I don't want to.
I see
I
it.
don't want to spoil
I'm
this.
reading.
They
I'm
they
reading.
they gave me a DoorDash code. They didn't have it in my DoorDash area, so I went and picked it up. Don't tell anybody. I went to go pick it up. I had to drive a little bit to go get it. It wasn't really delivered. That's the magic
Wait.
of streaming.
Wait,
People in my chat,
wait.
people that were in the stream are gonna. I was kidding, you guys. It was a joke, you guys. You guys got joked. Yeah, I had to go pick it up because it wasn't near me. But still worth it, bro. Very good chicken. It was delicious.
Dave's hot
By the way, they're getting free advertisement right now.
chicken.
It was mad good, bro. It was good.
Yeah, I don't got that around me. I have to go. I'm gonna have to go look it up too. But hey, Maybe I'll do that bounty as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys for watching another y'all gaming. This will be on Spotify, app, YouTube, all that other good stuff. If you are trying to re-listen and hear anything we talked about, you can do it there. Thanks.
Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna be streaming Factor Opinion tonight and a couple reacts. We got the new Leon Massey movie. He said I could react to it. God bless him. And I'm gonna be going to North Carolina for a week from June 15th to the 22nd. So that means we got a double time on some content. So we got to push some stuff out. Thanks for watching, y'all gaming. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.